we've had over the weekend an elected official here note that he was traveling in Mexico and is now in quarantine. And I've been in touch with some Minister of CFS officials as well, and they're saying that the PHO orders are just bylaws. And when it comes to be it elected officials at any level now, and then obviously other ministries, how does the Premier and obviously the Health Minister and then the Officer of Health reconcile other ministers or other ministries that aren't seeming to take the efficacy of these public health orders seriously, and then in addition to elected officials that seem to want to travel when at the same time the Premier is announcing or looking into banning travel from the province? What does it take for the Health Minister and the Officer of Health to say that at least we'll get other elected officials and then other ministries to toe the line, so to speak, as far as enforcing and abiding by public health orders?
Yeah, so public health orders are legal orders. The challenge is, or the difference is, there is no public health order requiring people not to travel. It is a strong recommendation from us, particularly not to travel internationally, and there is a public health order that requires anybody who travels outside of the country to self-isolate, to quarantine for 14 days on their return. That is law, and it is also a federal quarantine order, so there's both in terms of the requirements to quarantine if you return from outside the country. We have strongly recommended that people not travel except for essential reasons, even within BC and certainly interprovincially as well right now. We are in this critical time in this pandemic where we have hope and we have light, we have vaccine, but we also have a lot of COVID right now, not only in BC, but also across the country. I don't know if you want to...
Well, I think, first of all, if people have concerns about elected officials in whatever jurisdiction, it's not, it will be ultimately up to the people of Dawson Creek to decide about the overall performance, including all that they do of elected officials in Dawson Creek, just as it would be in all the other communities where these issues have been raised. So what I can say is pretty simple. No to non-essential travel right now. This is a critical moment in the pandemic, and this is a decision we all have to focus on in our lives. What's essential and what's non-essential, I think for most people, is pretty clear. And so my message to everybody is not to do that right now. And that means to people in other jurisdictions coming to British Columbia, our advice, our strong guidance is don't travel for non-essential reasons. And to British Columbians who might travel elsewhere, whether it's internationally or to other parts of Canada, the same. Don't do it right now. This is a crucial moment. We're starting the immunization campaign, but we see around the world, and you don't have to look very far to see places where stable situations with respect to COVID-19 have become highly volatile and unstable in a very short period of time. And that's why, if you ask, the one thing that we need right now is for people to dig in, to follow public health guidance, to continue to follow that right now. It's critically important, especially in this period between now and the period in the early summer, perhaps, when a significant number of people will have been immunized, and then September, when we hope that everyone will have the opportunity to be immunized, to really dig in right now. It's critically important that we do so right now to stop the disruption that illness causes, but also to stop the disruption to all aspects of our society and life in BC. So let's dig in and don't do it.